wonderful evening, guys. Well, Tuesday night, and I have a request, or I had a request from JimCo to use a certain product, and of course, well, it's Tuesday. He asked me if I had the Tabac Shaving Stick. Of course, I do. I've actually used this on several occasions already. But I am very happy to oblige because I'm always looking for an excuse to use Tabac. Besides the fact that it's Tuesday, hint, hint, Tabac Tuesday, but no, happy to oblige with this one. So, JimCo, hope you see what you wanted to see. I have the version in the fixed tube. You can also get the refill for this, which is a little bit cheaper because it, doesn't come in the plastic here. It does have a little push thingy here where you can advance it, and it's just a twist top made out of, to be quite honest, I do not know what kind of plastic this is. Could be polystyrene or something like that, SB10, around that range. Very cool feel to it. This is what it looks like up top. It looks out like that, and let's go and apply it. But first of all, here's to you guys. And I see more and more wet shavers on video drinking coffee while they're shaving. The latest one was Mauro di Lernia, Italian wet shaver, a pretty big number in the community, which I watch. Sometimes he just cracks me up. The way he appears, it's kind of like, I don't really want to be here, whatever. I do not speak one word of Italian, don't get me, he does all his shaves in Italian, and no, I don't understand it, no, I don't speak it, but I got eyes in my head. They might not be the best anymore, but I can see what's going on. So, got the face wet, just waved it here under the water a little bit. No pre-soaking. Done. This is, by the way, the same scent as in the regular puck that you get in the little white tub. And same scent. The soap is a little bit softer than that hard puck, so it has to be a little bit different formulation as far as consistency goes. The soap consistency, this is a little on the fattier side, a little on the softer side. It's not soft by any means. If you want to see that, I mean, it does not indent in any kind of way, but it does rub off very nicely. So, got that on the face using the Stirling Boar. Fairly large bore knob. Still in the breaking in process, but we're getting to the finish line here. And shook this out. It still has a good amount of water in it. And let's get scrubbing. Yeah, this the Tabac soap is thirsty. Also the stick. And there is not huge amounts required. So yeah, a lot of people buy the stick. First of all, it's a cheaper offering than the regular soap puck, the hard puck. So a lot of people just want to, if they're trying to figure out if the scent is for them, if the soap is for them, they tend to go for the cheapest option. Same here, and go with the shave stick. Usually the refill, because that can be had for reasonable money. I know the Tabac Shave soap does cost a little bit here in the US. Over in Germany you can have it for like, I don't know, what was it? Around about 15, 17 bucks with the glass bowl. I've seen prices here in the States in excess of 40 by some dubious offers, mainly Amazon. So, yep. As you saw, I added a good amount of water there on that last dip. And I do like using a boar with shave sticks, but it is not necessary. I can do this with a fairly soft badger or even a horsehair knot and get a good lather, because, I mean, first of all, tabac, I mean, it's tabac, right? I mean, it lathers up just fantastically. And yeah, really helps. But most of the shave sticks are of very easy latherability, if that's a word. Palm olive, the Wilkinson sword that you saw on the last shave, the Spike, even the Razor Rock one that I recently got just before Christmas, I think, lathered it very, very easily. So no problems there. So if you guys want to see, it's a fairly nice lather. It's about a day and a half of growth, and today we will be trying a new blade. We'll see how this goes. This is the Lord Cool. The reason I chose it is because of this little guy here. A little skier, because it's the Winter Olympics, and I kind of figured, ooh, there's an idea. So yeah, we're gonna try this out. Back of the packaging, these are made in Egypt. Focus, focus, come on, there we go. Oh. Made in Egypt, and I got these from Troy, Wisconsin shaver, I think. He sent that pack along for me to try out. Now they do come in a red wrapper saying Lord. The thing is, I haven't had a good history with Lord. Most of the other Lord blades that I've tried did not pan out so well. That's what the blade looks like. There we go. Made in Egypt, super stainless. And we will be using it in the Edwin Jagger. There we go. Just putting that on the plate. 3-piece razor. There we go. There's the blade in there. Bottom plate, put that on top. Put it together. Make sure the alignment is okay. Snug it. Don't overdo it. The head is made out of pot metal, zamak, basically, and it can twist off at some point in time if you overdo it, if you really horse down on it. It's not a very big liability, but if you treat it badly, it will give at some point in time. Especially, these things don't like being dropped. So that's the biggest thing that I've seen on forums, that people were complaining that the threading broke off after they dropped it off the counter. Is what it is. Now this is the Kelvin model, the short one with the short handle. Through Amazon, they had these. I don't know if they're available anywhere else now, but I rather prefer the short handle on this one. So yeah, an Edwin Jagger. I mean, shaves me very, very well. So this has been sitting a little while. Let's try this out. First shave with the Lord Cool, and it does present a little more resistance. This is not, it's not uncomfortable, but you can tell it's cutting. So we shall see how this will do on the against the grain. Who knows? Maybe this is the first Lord blade that actually works for me. Now the tugging, pulling resistance, whatever you want to call it, the additional force that is needed is somewhat typical of an untreated blade. Just a stainless, which don't have any additional helpers on them. to help the cutting action. You know, like the platinum coated or Teflon coated or chromium and whatever they put on those things nowadays. So all it is a little bit more resistance, not tuggy or anything. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing alright. And there's a wonderful Wednesday, it's Tuesday, crying out loud, getting ahead of myself. Excuse me. Yeah, things have been a little busy at work, going through an audit right now. Monday was the first day. Today was the second. Of course I needed to be in there. Yesterday was a long day. Today not so much, basically 3 hours because he took the front office, which does not concern me. I'm all production. But when he did come out on the floor in the afternoon, my boss wanted me there just in case. And good thing, I did need to explain a few things to the auditor. And tomorrow, yeah, it's the last day of getting audited. Gotta love that stuff. Basically, it's the new TS audit replacement that they're coming up with. Here, I'll put it down here. I still haven't gotten used to the name, so cheers. So yeah, just wonderful. Anyway, rinsed off. First pass was really good. Very enjoyable. Let's see how this against the grain pass will be with that Lord Cool. Yeah, I like the fact that little skier is on here, that little downhill skier. Like I said, it is the Winter Olympics, and unfortunately I haven't been able to watch too much due to work. Go figure. But I was able to catch some highlights. So, and Germany's not doing too bad. But there is still plenty of time left for everybody to catch up. Look at that wonderful lather. Typical good, fantastic Tabac smell. I love the scent. Michael Friedberg, if you're watching, I know you don't. He's somebody that does not agree with the scent. Ooh, yeah. Okay. It's not uncomfortable, but I've had more comfortable blades, I have to admit that. But it's not at the point where I'm saying, okay, this is totally bad. It's just more resistance than I am used to. Let's say from a Gillette 7 o'clock yellow or a Nasset or any of the other typical blades that I use. Even the Dorcos, actually the Dorco Primer are fantastic. Same with the Dorco Titan. Or Titan, how I always say. So yeah, this is a little bit different shave feel, but not to the point where it's uncomfortable. No, it's, I mean, you know, I'm plucking along here just fine. Just gives you a little bit more active feel of the cutting process than those blades that I just mentioned would give you. I can already tell these aren't the sharpest blades in the world, but they seem to be doing okay. Okay. Alright. Definitely not going to overshave with these blades. I'm just joking. Like I said, if it were uncomfortable to the point where I'm like, oh no, this thing will be out already. I do have a pack of Nasset sitting there. As far as shave feels goes, like I said, I've had smoother, but I've had rougher. I've had some very rough ones, but well, usable, thoroughly usable. Not something I would want to use every day. Like I said, since I do have a fair good selection of blades that work extremely well for me. But it is a cool, see what I did there, a cool thing that I get to try it out, and no, it works. This is actually one of the better Lord offerings that I was able to actually finish a shave with. There were some other ones I do not remember for the life of it which ones they were, but in general, Lord, it's kind of, I think it was the what was that, it says platinum class on it. Class very small, so you think it's a platinum blade, but it's actually not. It's just a stainless blade, and they say it's platinum class. That one did not work out. Not one bit. Then there was a green wrap one, I think a regular stainless, which a little bit better, but So, as you can see, this is a full third pass-ish lather. Let's see what's in the knot. Oh, there we go. There's still a bit of water in there, but it's a fair amount. I didn't put on a whole lot of soap, as you saw. So you really don't need to put tons of this stuff on. It does like its water, it does like a drink. But basically that's what I'm counting on the subsequent second and pickup pass. It does like and hold some water, because I always add water to the face, and it still gives me the protection and the glide that are required without thinning out too much. I do like a thinner lather on second and third pass, just because I can get closer. I don't need a whole lot of the cushion on second and third pass, or don't want all that much cushion, to be quite honest. Because if soap is a little too cushiony, especially on the second pass, like against the grain, I tend to sometimes on some of the milder razors, and even to the point of this, basically just kind of skimming over that last little bit, and I get too much left over for the pickup pass, which for me is deadly, because then I tend to overshave trying to pick up those last little bits, And you get a little bit more feedback on the aftershave than you would like. So, yeah. Okay, this is it. I'm done rinsing off, and I'll see you back here in a minute. And we are back. Nice cold water rinse. Yep. You can still feel, I mean, even while rinsing, trying to get this stuff off is not the easiest task. There is definitely still something on there, and giving me a wonderful face feel. I'm just trying to sort the hairs here because they're going all over the place. Hanging everywhere. That's kind of the downside to having a stash. If you don't fix it up, it'll get into your mouth and into your coffee and Cheers. How was that for that coffee? Time to go to bed anyway. So, witch hazel, as usual. Ooh, running low. Need a refill. Standard variety witch hazel from the grocery store. Cheap, available, good. And I need a haircut. Hopefully I can get that done Friday. Then the audit is over and hopefully I'll have off. Yeah. What you gonna do, right? Alright, so while this is drying in, just go through what we've used. Edwin Jagger. Kelvin model, short handle. Nice knurling, not too, it's not too grippy, but grippy enough that you can handle it well. I think the diamond cut model has a lot better grip, I think, but this will do for me, and I like the fact that it has a short handle. Standard D89 head. In this, we're using a Lord Cool super stainless blade. Comes in these packs. Comes from Egypt. Decent shave, very interesting. Not bad by any means, but I've had better. But yeah, it's a usable blade. It wasn't to the point where it was uncomfortable, but yeah, not too bad. Let's put it this way. It was a pleasure to actually be able to try it. So thank you, Troy. And yeah, good stuff. Soap. Today, the Tabac Shave Stick. I love Tabac. Fantastic stuff. Smells good. Performs great. Super slick. Super easy to lather. Great performance all over. Moisturizing on the skin. I can't say anything negative about it. A lot of people don't like the scent. I absolutely dig it. So there's that. The scent is always usually what people kind of argue about. Let me just rinse this off a little bit. There we go. Brush today was the Stirling Boar. Fantastic little boar knot. Boar brush for the money. Great. Real good heft on the handle. Very comfortable. You can really grip this and really go to town. Fantastic stuff. Just great balance between backbone. It's got a good amount of backbone because it is a sizable knot. And it's still in the wearing in process. So yeah, but it is already starting to split tips and curl a little bit. So it is getting softer, and it's actually very, it came into that very quickly. So I can't knock the brush in any kind of way, and it's fairly inexpensive. Fantastic little thing. It's not little, but a fantastic brush, period, done. And I love my boars, even though I have a lot of badgers. Alright, so we are dried off. I am babbling away. Of course, we're going to use Tabac aftershave. Oh, fantastic. Nice little squirt there. feedback right there where I had to go over a couple times, but that's usually a spot right there and right there. Got a little bit of stubble left right here, that's about it. Just ever so slightly here, but this is, it'll pull back, so later on in about half an hour, it'll be nice and smooth. And even if there is just a little bit of against the grain, I'm only going to work. Nobody's going to find out. It looks good. As good as I can look. Anyway, enough of me. This is what we've used. JimCo, I hope you saw what you wanted to see. Thank you for suggesting it, because I absolutely enjoyed this one. Actually, to the fact, I will probably be using the Tabac scent throughout the rest of the week for the shaves. Use my regular hard puck and actually do a proper review of the cream, or a proper shave with the cream. I know I used it in Germany for one, but those videos were a little bit far out and didn't zoom or anything like that, so about time I used that. So I will be digging into the Tabac scent all week. There's something to look forward to. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching, the support, and yeah, stay safe. I'll be seeing you around. Thank you. Bye.